What's going on, MGN Gaming family? It's your boy TJ Blaze, and in this video we're going to be breaking down the 31st ranked team. You guys saw it in the thumbnail for the Madden Football League Simulation League that I'm kicking off in September right alongside the NFL season. This is not power rankings for the actual NFL, just for Madden purposes. So I know a lot of people have been commenting saying, hey, this team is better than this team, but if you really look at the ratings and you really do the research, this power ranking works. And if these are the teams that you're going to run with in Madden, definitely want to check this video out. But don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Make sure you guys keep it locked right here. Alright, so in my previous video I had the New York Jets ranked at the 32nd spot. I will go over the comments and responses to that video, but in this video we're going to be talking about the 31st ranked team, the Carolina Panthers, and I will discuss why this team is ranked 31st. But before we get into that, I want to address the AFC East divisional poll that I created on YouTube. It's over 400 votes right now. I think I'm close to that 500 range, but 74% of you guys said that the Buffalo Bills will win the AFC East division in MFL. Let's get into just a few of the comments and responses to that. My boy GPG Funk said the Buffalo Bills have an easy schedule. I agree with you, man. It's pretty easy out there, and I agree with the poll. I believe the Buffalo Bills will walk away with the AFC East. All right, so let's take a look at some of the responses at the Jets being ranked 32 in Madden. Tom said, super young team with no real household names, rookie quarterback, and your first year head coach, offensive coordinator / play caller. But last, there has to be one other team worse than them. I don't know, man. Based off of the ratings, you cannot go away from the Jets. All right, let's get into another comment from my boy Jeff Sanders. He said, definitely have an issue. The Texans are by far the worst team in the league this year, and it's not even particularly close. You must be a fan. Is Watson still on the roster in Madden? So yes, the Texans in real life, I would agree, is the worst team if Deshaun Watson leaves, but come on, man, we're talking about Madden. Deshaun Watson is a 90 overall, top, I think, 6 quarterback. You cannot argue with me and say that if you measure them up roster by roster, the Texans are worse. All right, moving along. All right, let's get into another comment. M Marion 13 said, as a Jets fan, I do agree with this, but like you said, they are rebuilding still. It's actually getting there, but obviously not playoff contenders yet. They did pick up great players from this past draft with lots of potential. It's just about how they'll play. Zach Wilson has been on and off at practice. Yes, I agree with you, Marion. Thanks for agreeing with me. I believe that the team is in the rebuilding phase. You cannot put them any higher than the 32nd spot. I believe that they're a little bit, lower ranked than the Carolina Panthers, which you could argue that the Carolina Panthers are the worst team in Madden, but when you got a 69 overall, you can't really strengthen your argument as much. So let's get into the Carolina Panthers and why they're ranked 31st in the league. 73 overall, and the NFC South division is moderately difficult if you measure the overalls within that division. Obviously the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be ranked really, really high, but not too much competition in the NFC South based off of overall. Now in MFL, I do have this team winning maybe about 6 to 7 games. I don't think that they'll sneak into the playoffs, quite possibly, depending on how their defense kind of competes against higher ranked teams. 76 overall, 24th in the league. Defensively, their defense is pretty sound. Offensively, though, they will struggle on the offensive side. 30th ranked in the NFL. They are 71 overall, and I have them graded defensively at a C+. I could have gave them a B-, but they do have a few holes in the defensive side that may get them a little exposed depending on how you play with them. Quarterback rating, 31st in the NFL, man. Sam Darnold, he's a decent quarterback, but he is not going to compete with a lot of teams offensively through the passing game. Sam Darnold, 71 overall. He was traded from the New York Jets. PJ Walker, 62, and Will Grier at a 57 overall. Don't have a lot of experience for that number 2 and 3 spot, but I do believe PJ Walker, if they've given the opportunity in real life, I think he might, can win that job. I mean, if you guys don't know, he came from the XFL. I forgot what team. I think he was playing for Houston. balled out, man. Balled out. I believe that PJ Walker definitely has potential in the NFL, in the real NFL. Obviously, Madden is not going to give him too much love, but I mean, I would like to see that kind of that quarterback competition. Sam Darnold obviously is going to get the starting spot. All right, Robbie Anderson, 87 overall, one of the best wide receivers, obviously on this team. DJ Moore, 84 overall, and David Moore, which the Panthers signed in free agency, has a 76 overall. Offensively, as far as the wide receiver, tight end kind of positions are pretty sound. It's just the quarterback position I'm kind of shaky with. I gave them a C for the offensive pass position, and as far as wide receiver rating, they are 24th in the league. All right, let's take a look at the halfback position. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey, X Factor, they say is the best running back in the league. A lot of people might disagree with Madden. He has a 97 overall, but we'll talk about, you know, the other guy obviously deserves that #1 spot as far as Madden ratings, but we'll get into that in another video. Right tackle Taylor Moton, 85 overall. Matt Paradis, 78. Those are the sound guys offensively. I do have them ranked at a B offensively on the rushing side. Now let's get into the defensive side. Like I said, this is probably the anchor for this team. AJ Boye, 83 overall. I believe he has a 92 man coverage. Dante Jackson, 82 overall, and Jeremy Chin, a free safety, at an 80 overall. Pretty decent secondary. Gave them a B minus. Arguably probably one of the better secondaries in the NFC South. Let's take a look at the defensive line / linebackers. Brian Burns, 87 overall, gonna be a force to reckon with. Hassan Reddick, they signed him for free agency. I believe he played with the Cardinals, 82 overall, and then Shaq Thompson, still one of the most dominant linebackers in the league, at a 78 overall. Gave them a C, and it's based off of the overall for that entire linebacking / defensive core. I think they're sound, man. I think they're gonna create some pressure. I believe that this Carolina Panthers team is gonna play decent. I kind of was battling with myself and putting them at the 31st spot. There is one other team that I probably could have tinkered with, but based off of everything as far as their strength of schedule, they have a pretty easy schedule to get into the playoffs. That's why I gave them maybe 6 to 7 wins. But I don't think they're gonna make too much noise in my league. Now, if you're a run heavy kind of individual and you don't mind not passing too much in the league, you probably can make it work with PJ Walker and in combination with Christian McCaffrey. They have a decent offensive line that can possibly lead the league in rushing, but that's kind of left to be decided in my league. So make sure you guys keep it locked right here. Power rankings. We're gonna see who's the number 30 team in my league. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button and comment below who you think that number 30 spot belongs to. As always, stay classy.